let's say you live in a city and there's leash laws. You have your dog trained to do Frisbee, but you don't want to get a ticket. What do? You keep a leash on the dog and you can play Frisbee. Okay? I think the law is that you have to have it in your hand. So if you're like, well, I'll still get a ticket, you could use a 15-foot leash, and that's what this is, and that's what I want to talk about. This is a Biothane leash. It's waterproof. They're very tough, and if it gets wet, it's not a problem. It's like simulated leather. I only recommend leather leashes or Biothane. This is a very good leash. It has similar action to leather, and it's light, and the dog can drag it. Now, another scenario might be like, say you have a dog that did a board and train. It was taught to do Frisbee, but you're totally not comfortable with the dog being compliant. Like, you're worried that the dog's not going to be compliant. This would be another way that you could start playing Frisbee with the dog while you're training it to do obedience. And if you use the Frisbee, if you look at Finn, if I walk around and I have the Frisbee, he knows that I have it. He sticks to me like glue. Okay? So let's just say, let's do some retrieves with Finn. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they throw the Frisbee way too far. Okay? And you don't really need to throw it that far up. This is a 15-foot Biothane leash. So we could do real short retrieves with Finn. He has an e-collar on. We won't even use it. We'll put it in my pocket, and we'll just do short retrieves with him. And you see, you can do Frisbee. You don't need a yard. If you're worried about leash laws, you can use something like this. If your dog is on an e-collar and you've worked with the dog will be compliant anyway. So maybe you work with the dog a few times, throwing the Frisbee, using the Biothane leash, so that you can, you gain confidence. You gain confidence in yourself that you can handle the dog. So here's an example of me playing Frisbee with Finn with a leash. Now, most people do not play Frisbee with the dog with a leash, but most people don't use a leash. It's the truth. Finn. We'll get used to it. Heel. Heel. Good catch, Finn. Heel. Well, I'm throwing it maybe, here. No, heel. Maybe 10 feet? Something like that. Nice! Finn, here. Come on, buddy. See, it's not really about, I'm going to take the dog out and throw it, 150 feet. It's about getting success with the dog. If you could throw it 5 feet and you're getting success with the dog, that's good. Use a leash at first. Use a leash. The other thing that's very important, if you do have your dog that's e-collar conditioned, put the collar on daily. Use the collar, and use the collar in training, not just zapping the dog when you think the dog's screwing up. Make the dog sit, turn the collar on to make sure that the dog knows that the collar's on, and sit quicker. You're going out the door with your dog. Finn, here, heel. You're going out the door with the dog. You're at the door. You say sit. The dog can't sit quick enough. Hit the nick button and make sure that the dog knows that the collar's on. Remind the dog that the collar's on, and you will use it. Play Frisbee with your dog in a park in New York City. I have done this so many times with my dog Brewster. Put on a 15-foot Biothane leash and just do 10-foot retrieves. That's really where a lot of people go wrong, is they start doing retrieves with a Frisbee or whatever, and they're sending the dog way too far. Then the dog, it gets out of earshot, whatever. Practice with the dog in short distances, and that way you're going to build on success. Finn, come here, buddy. Let's do a few more. Like, this is what? Like, this is less than 10 feet. Finn, here, heel. Finn. That's like 6 or 7 feet. Whoops. If you're looking for a product like this, Biothane leash, you can get them at Bridgeport Equipment. This is a tracking lead. That's what you want to look for. Biothane tracking lead. You can also get 15-foot in leather. It all depends what you want. I personally like leather, but I like Biothane too. I bought this for a client. It's a good product. Try it. If you want to teach your dog Frisbee, you live in the city, whatever, or maybe you want to teach your dog Frisbee, you don't have total control of the dog yet, use a leash. Try one of these. This is a 15-footer. Just as a reminder, if you do retrieves with your dog, any of these objects like Frisbee, of course there's teeth marks in this, a lot of dogs catch it, but any of these objects, you never put this in the dog's crate. You never allow these to be on the floor. These are what you use when you interact with the dog. You start letting the dog chew on objects like this, you're gonna have behavioral problems out the ass. Seriously. All toys should be up off the floor. That's it. You leave toys on the floor, you know, like stuffed toys, whatever, you know, you're just knocking on the door of guarding issues. Your dog doesn't guard, and then all of a sudden it does, and then you have a problem. And that's true with all behavioral issues. You stop crating the dog, your dog doesn't have separation anxiety, but you stop crating it, and then 2 months later it does. I'm taking Finn back, and we're gonna do a lesson with his mom. I was gonna take Pharaoh with me, but I'm not letting that guy hold me hostage. The separation anxiety dogs, they'll flip in and out of it for a while, and that's, you know, if you move them, you go someplace different, they start regressing. So I was gonna take him because last night was fucking hell. It was every fucking hour. I had to get up and correct him. I had the Garmin bark limiter 2 on him, but you can't correct the dog with that. So he's not barking, but he's going towards the cage and spinning. And you know, if you don't do something, they just keep doing it. And then all of a sudden it's even worse. They're peeing in the crate, or, you know. So I had no other choice. I had to get up and do it. And then it really started at about 5:30 or 6. I'm talking, man, every 5 minutes, I had to get up and correct it. You know, finally, I'm like, okay, the Garmin's coming off. I put on a mini educator and corrected him. He laid down, I got 2 hours sleep. I am so exhausted. You know, the separation anxiety dogs, they hold you hostage. I was gonna bring him because I'm like, I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm not here to correct him. And then I'm thinking, man, the dog is holding you hostage. You don't do this. Put the bark collar on him. If he flips out and pees in the crate, deal with it. You got I got the Garmin Delta coming, and things should be better after that. That's the problem, is the separation anxiety dog can hold you hostage. Bella's mom never left her apartment because she was afraid Bella would just start barking and she'd lose her apartment. This guy is one of the more persistent dogs I've ever known. He's, you know, persistent with separation anxiety. I was saying to myself, I was like, it's a good thing Tonka lives with me, because Tonka is the most persistent dog I've ever known, but he doesn't have separation anxiety. If he had separation anxiety, they'd just give him the needle. You know, hyperactive and fucked up like that. I hope the Delta comes. Some asshole, as we're getting on the train, some fucking stupid girl. Oh, he's so cute, can I pet him? No. Oh, please, just let me pet him. No. Oh, come on. It's a service dog. Well, just let me pet him for a little bit. Fucking get away, bitch. You know? I've had no sleep. I have to fucking keep my fucking shit together with the dogs. Okay? I don't have to keep my shit together with some fucking asshole that won't go away. You know, I'm not in the best mood, can you tell? Lack of sleep for a week, you know? Has it gotten better with Pharaoh? Yeah. But am I still getting enough sleep? No, I'm not. Check out Finn. Heel. He's at heel. in a down position. He's a good boy. Separation anxiety dogs. It's like, I'm starting to think Pharaoh's probably the worst I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure. It's his persistence, and they get trained to do the behaviors. So you have to evict the problems. You know, this is really ingrained. Nobody better fuck with me. Seriously. If anybody tries to pick a fight with me, if I have a dog with me, no problem. I just keep walking. I don't want to get the dog excited or the dog in any problem. If I'm by myself, which is sort of rare nowadays, somebody tries to pick a fight with me, I may go off. I'm serious, man. This lack of sleep. And, you know, you really have to, like, squelch everything, you know? You got to remain calm. If you start losing it with the dog, it's counterproductive. So I'm squelching everything, you know? I am. I'm getting up in the middle of the night. I'm so exhausted. I'm walking into the bathroom, you know, correcting the dog, just hoping that it stops so I can get some sleep. Then it happens again, and then again, and again. This morning, oh my God, I was like, after about the 10th time in a row, every 5-6 minutes, I was like, shit, put a leash on, let's take you out for a pee. So I took him out for a pee, moved the car, came back in, put that mini educator on him, corrected him, and he stopped. So it's strange to see fashion holdouts. Like, I still occasionally see guys with the pants falling off their ass and shit. It's such a stupid look, you know? The hippies, you know? Like, you'll see a hippie that's still wearing the hippie shit or the fucking tie-dye crap. There was not even born in the 60s. That's always the weirdest shit. So there will be holdouts with the, like the pants falling off the ass. Like 20 years from now, somebody will be doing it for sure. You know, it's like, what the fuck is that? You know, that's over. That the first time I saw that, I was driving a cab in Kansas City, and a guy was in my car, and then somebody else got in my car and I said, man, there was this dude that like had his pants falling off his ass. And he said, oh, that means he was punked out in jail. That's what I think that originally was like something like that. Some kind of reference like that, and then it became fashion, and then everybody was doing it, you know? Such a stupid look. There's a lot of stupid looks, and I'm sure that you could look at what I wear and say, who are you to talk about fashion? Oh, I understand fashion. I've never dated a woman that is not fashionable. It's true. Well, in some sense, fashionable. Like they always have a look, you know? Like it could be just jeans and a shirt, but that's a look. Do you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. Trust me. There was a very short period I thought about becoming a designer. Very short period, because I was like, nobody will take me seriously, you know? And I don't draw real well, so that kind of like causes a problem. You know, I could do it. I can do anything really, if it's art related, electrical, dog training. I can do a lot of shit, but I don't think I would have made a good designer. I'm too rough around the edges and I'm not social. To be a designer, you have to be social and go to openings and sit around and drink champagne with people. I don't mind rich people. That's not the problem. I don't want to go to a party though. It's fucking stupid. It's a waste of time. I would imagine, I know a designer that's very talented that's sort of similar to me, so it's not necessarily true that you need to be social because she doesn't go anywhere. She likes to stay home with her dogs. So maybe that's not true. It's your work, you know. She might have to go to, you know, some kind of thing. Sure, I'm sure she does. She will, and she does. But do you know what I'm saying? Like if I have an art show, I'll go to the opening. But I'm not going to any other openings because it's a fucking waste. Now is it placed between the legs? She's doing pretty good. I don't. No, dude, sit down. She's doing fairly good. Thank God the other 2 dogs I'm working with are easy. The one's already done a board and train and is doing great. That's Miko. And Luna the puppy is just, you know, teaching her how to hold a Frisbee, you know. If I had 2 dogs like Pharaoh, I'd really be a wreck. I'm having a lot of pain today. And you know what, when I think about it, like, oh fuck, my legs are shot. My one leg's definitely shot. I think about that there's so many other people that have it worse than me. At least I have a leg. It might be painful to walk on daily, but I have a fucking leg, you know? My problems are minuscule compared to many other people's problems. They are. Are you kidding me? My friend Alan, he may not be able to talk again. He may be a vegetable. It's the truth. I mean, he fell down 12 flights of steps. He's in a coma. I'm lucky I have pain. I'd rather have pain than be lying in a fucking bed. You know? I don't know if we'll be able to talk. I saw a lady earlier today. She didn't have any legs at all. None. None. Pain's good. You know. What are you gonna do? It takes your mind off of your mental pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts too bad to be bummed out, you know? Oh, my life stinks, all right, but at least my leg hurts real good. It's the truth. Like, what are you gonna fucking do? If it wasn't a bad leg, it'd be something else, you know? It can always be worse, and it always can get worse too, so I'm not fooling myself by thinking I'm lucky. I'm not necessarily lucky, you know? It's just the fucking truth. Like, you get what you get. This is all we get, and fucking life is fucking bullshit. It is. It's fucking bullshit. We're miserable. No matter who you are, I don't care who you are, you're fucking miserable most of the time. Every once in a while, you get some highs that make it worthwhile. You know, something good happens to like string you along to the next time something good happens. But most of life is gonna be fucking miserable. That's a fact. I don't care who you are. I don't know. Fucking life is a bummer. And then we get to die. That's our reward. You know? It's great, isn't it? The alternative, I'm a pussy. I don't know what the alternative is. I don't want to go there. You know, I don't even want to go into a cemetery. I don't like to go to funerals. What's the point? Does it mean that I don't miss the person? It doesn't. What's the sense of going, man? It's for the living anyway. I got shit to do. I'm the one stuck here still. You know? I'm the one stuck here. It's the truth. I'm ballless. I doubt I could ever do it. You know? I don't know how I would do it. Seriously, I'm afraid to die. I don't want to fucking not be in pain. Come on, this is all I got. Is pain. Finn's being pretty good in the train station.
Finn, sit. Down. Sit. Heel.
It's pretty good. He hadn't been to the subway in a while. I think his mom drives a car. She's in Philly anyway. Philly. I was at the Naval Shipyard for a while. I was stationed there. It was pretty nasty. I've had very little to eat in the last 24 hours. I've had very little to eat in the last week. It's the truth. You know, I'm worried about Pharaoh, man. Anybody that thinks that separation anxiety is not a big deal, it's a fucking killer for a lot of dogs. Absolutely. You know, Pharaoh would go back to an ant. They'd probably put him down. It's got to stop. We have to stop it. So, a little stressed. A little stressed. Finn's home. Now back to Brooklyn. See how the little maniac Pharaoh did. I know Luna's fine. You know, I know everybody's fine. Pharaoh's the one that it's my greatest concern. Miko's not a problem. Luna, that dog's a freaking genius. Everybody else, what, my dogs? Pharaoh's the concern. Yes, that is a deadly, deadly thing for dogs to have, separation anxiety. It's deadly, man. Dogs get put down that have that all the time. There's a woman that has a dog and a baby Bjorn, you know? It's fucking ridiculous. Make that dog walk. You're gonna give it separation anxiety. It's no shit. I was talking to the dog with the dog and the baby Bjorn. The dog was real cute. Owner was pretty cute too. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna ask for a number. Oh, it's a cute dog. Wanna do it? That's not my style. Put the AC in the window. I hope it's cooled off the apartment. It's fucking terrible out, you know? It's New York City, there's no wind. It's just terrible. I usually hate it when people play music on the train. I like this though. You know? As long as it's decent music and not shit. You know? You know? Maybe want to smoke a bowl or something. I had to leave Pharaoh. I was gonna take him, but I don't want to be held hostage by the sick dog, you know? I'm doing everything I can. It's a bitch, I'm telling you, it's a bitch. The statistic is 20%, it really is, that's not true. It's probably more like 35%. Pharaoh would probably be you know, like, this is bad. This is real bad. Real bad. It's better. Stick with it. You have to, if you have a separation anxiety dog, stick with it, man. Consistency is what pays off. But I'm being absolutely as consistent as I can. I feel like shit. I do, I'm exhausted. It's paying off, but I'm fucking just... That little dog's putting me through the ringer. He's so fucking cute. Be hard not to fall in love with Pharaoh. Sort of hoofing it back home as quick as I can. See how Pharaoh did. I put him in the bathroom, sort of isolated, but I did put Remy in there with him. See, you know, you could do it upstate. It just like, you know, every time you move that separation anxiety dog, they're doing some different place. They just flip out. It's tough. It is. trying to keep logical and not be emotional about it. It's hard. If you hang out with that dog and you tell me you're not gonna like him, seriously. He's cute. I like him, man. He's good. All right, the bark limiter 2 by Garmin was so awesome, and that was so easy. This is no shit. I was like, fuck, I'm fucking 55. I don't know how to get apps on my phone and shit. You know? I was hesitant. So I got this is the truth. I got the Smart Dog, right? The Delta Smart Dog by Garmin. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would I use any other collar for a house dog? It's got plastic contact points, right? So it's not going to irritate the dog's skin. If for some reason you leave it on overnight, so what? So what? You know, make sure that it's not moving around. Check it out. Check it out daily. I'm not saying, it doesn't say anywhere, I didn't see anywhere in the booklet that said you can't leave it on overnight. With all the metal contact collars, it says, you know, 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours, because metal causes a problem on your dog's skin. This thing's fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? I can flip. I got a separation anxiety dog here, right? He's better, but it's a long road to recovery when you have a dog like this. It's real severe. So I have to isolate him because he's not going to get better being around me and other people. I have him in the bathroom with a baby monitor. The collar was keeping him quiet, but then he started, like, you know, doing this to the crate door. With this thing, if I see him on the baby monitor doing that, I'll flip it into remote, and then when his paw hits the door, I'll stimulate. This is the fucking, I've been taking collars apart, okay? I can work with electronic shit, right? I'm an artist. So I'm taking collars apart, Frankensteining them and shit. Why would I Frankenstein any fucking thing when the Delta Smart Dog training system is on the market? I'm not shitting you, man. I'm 55. I can't do fucking apps. It was so fucking easy. It's a fucking breeze. I'm not saying that if you got a high drive hunting dog, this might not be the right collar for your dog, okay? It might not. You work with a Malinois or something, you do protection work, it's probably not the right collar for your dog. It's a house dog? Are you kidding me? Any client, this is the truth, any client that I have that I'm going to be, you know, putting a remote collar on it, I'm getting the Delta Smart Dog training system. Come on, check this out. It's a remote collar, it's a bark collar, and it works like an invisible fence. It's got like this tag thing that you can use to keep the dog out of, like, if you wanted the dog out of the kitchen. Please, you know, this is an awesome product. Look, if I'm going hunting, I'm going to be using a mini educator. You know? That's a fact. But a house dog, it's a buy. I rate this one at a buy. It's smaller than the Bark Limiter 2. It's on a 9-pound. It's fucking a beautiful design. It's not real powerful, but you don't need it. It's a fucking Maltese. I'm telling you, buy it. Buy it if you want a good dog, a collar, just for like around. Man, you could use it. I'm sure it'll work on any dog. Oh, one more thing before it. This is such an unprofessional looking video. I don't give a shit. I was looking at this thing. I'm like, it's fucking great. Not only can you stimulate with this, it has vibrate and it has a beep. What more could you fucking ask for? E-Collar Technologies is making the mini educator smaller, but they're taking away the vibration. That's no good. I use vibration mode all the fucking time. This thing right now is the hottest thing on the market if you get a house dog. For a house dog, it's a buy. Seriously, this is a fucking great product.